So in this video, we're going to talk about enums. They're a really useful feature in Unreal Engine that helps you make your code cleaner and more manageable. Think of enums as a way to group related constants together under a single type. For example, instead of using a number or a string to represent different character states like idle, running, sprinting, you can use an enum to give these states descriptive names. This makes your code easier to read and reduces errors because you're limiting the possible values to those defined in the enum. Enums are also great for switch statements and can be easily used in blueprints, making them a versatile tool for both coding and visual scripting in your projects. Okay, so now we're gonna make an enum. It's gonna be an enum for our character movement speed, okay? So we're gonna have walk, run, and then super run. Let's start it off. So it's u enum, then blueprint type, enum e, movement speed, uint 8. Now you just define it, walk, and then we're gonna type in umeta display name and walk. So this umeta specifier is what's gonna show up in the blueprint. So this is the C++ name, and this is the name that's gonna show up in blueprint. Then jog, umeta display name, jog, and sprint, umeta sprint, and we'll give one more super run, super sprint, umeta display equals super. Okay, so we got all our values, and I like to keep them all lined up so it looks nicer. Okay, so we got it. That's how you define an enum. Okay, now let's use the enum. Okay, so now we're gonna make a function that changes our character's movement speed. So void set movement speed, and it's gonna take in our enum, so e movement speed, and just call it movement speed. Okay, and then we implement the function. So I'm gonna put it side by side so you can see the H code over here. Okay, now we're gonna make a switch statement given this enum, right? So we're gonna switch and movement speed. And if you're using writer again, use Alt Enter, create missing case statements, and there you go. Okay. Now we're gonna get movement, no, get a character movement. So that's a character movement component, and set max walk speed equals. So for walk, we're gonna set it at 200, and for jog, get character movement dot max walk speed, and set it at 450. The sprint, get character movement speed dot max is equal to 600. So that's usually the default that Unreal comes with. And super sprint, get character movement speed. We're just gonna make it obvious. So 14, max movement speed equals 1400. Organize this. Organize it the way you like it. Okay. And that's it. See. So writer's telling you that you can make this function constant. So make it constant. Okay. And let's compile. And this movement speed should be a constant. So we're gonna, after compause, we're gonna change it. We're not changing movement speed inside this function, so we don't need to pass it as a non-const. Okay, and let's compile again. All right, and let's debug and actually get to use it. So let's open up our character. And so we have this debug from last time, last video. And we're gonna make a couple more keyboard events. So we have 4 switch statements, so we're gonna make 4 keyboard events. So we have 4 keyboard events for 4 enum options, right? Okay, so we forgot to set our function, the U function in BlueprintCallable. Well, we can't find it in the blueprints. Okay, so now if you have this open, you click compile over here. If you click it in writer, it's gonna close down the engine. So you just want to do it there. And now set movement speed. And there it is. So for 1, we're gonna set it to walk. 2, we're gonna set it to jog. 3, sprint. And 4, super sprint. And connect it up. And we can already test it. 1, we're walking. 2, we're jogging. 3, we're back to normal speed. And 4, we are super sprinting. Go back to walking. Okay, and that's it. That is an easy way to use Enums. As you can see, it keeps your code organized. It's very easy to use with a switch statement. So there you go. See you later.